promise fulfilled in an unexpected way. It turns out that the strong arm of God doesn't come to the world as a warrior or a king with great armies of angels, but as a vulnerable and all too human child to people who are hurting and hopeless. This is an upside-down kind of reality that only children or the child in us can fully appreciate. The holy, it turns out, does not wait for us in some faraway realm, but comes to inhabit our world, our flesh, our lives, with the possibility of new life and a new world of peace and goodwill among all people. But what does that birthing look like in our lives? What should it look like in our lives? In our society, especially during the holiday season, there is an intense pressure to be perfectly, wondrously happy, like billboard people, you know? By that standard, we should welcome Christmas Day like Scrooge in A Christmas Carol, or George Bailey at the end of It's a Wonderful Life, or Buddy the Elf pretty much all the time, running down Gay Street with delirious abandon. It's Christmas! Jesus is born! Yes! That may be the way we should do it. And it may be the way you do it. I suspect Carol does that, actually. Keith Richardson might do that, I think. But for most of us, that's a little over the top in lives that are a little too complicated. When John the Baptist came announcing the coming of the Holy One so long ago, when he came preaching that we ought to change, the people asked him, well, what then should we do? The answer, it turns out, is less complicated or bombastic than you might think. John's response was simply, whoever has 2 coats must share with anyone who has none, and whoever has food must do likewise. Even tax collectors who came to be baptized asked him, Teacher, what should we do? And John said to them, collect no more than the amount prescribed for you. In other words, be fair, be just. Soldiers also asked him, and we, what should we do? And John said to them, do not use your position or power to extort money from anyone. Be satisfied with your wages. Paul kept it even simpler. Rejoice, Paul wrote to an ancient church community. Rejoice always. It sounds kind of like Buddy the Elf, but what does it look like? Let your gentleness be known to everyone is the next line. Rejoice, let your gentleness be known